Good morning, guys, from Durango. Today we're going to be taking the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad up to Needleton and then backpacking up at the Chicago Basin. Over the course of this episode and the next one, we're going to be doing the 414ers up there. This episode obviously will be Eolus and North Eolus, and then the next episode will be Sunlight and Wyndham. And one of those two will be my finisher for the 58. Anyway, we're super excited. It's going to be a super fun time. I've wanted to do these for a while and kind of been putting them off, so it feels good to finally be doing them. Along on the trip, you have myself, my mom, and then our friend Barb, who came along with us on Kit Carson and Challenger 2 years ago. But it's going to be a super fun time, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so marked on the map right now are the 414ers near the Chicago Basin. Technically, there are a couple of different approaches you could take to get there if you don't want to take the train, though realistically, if you're not taking the train and hiking from Needleton, you're going to hike from the Purgatory Creek trailhead, which is marked here. If you do decide to start here, you're looking at about 15 miles to get to the Chicago Basin, which then puts you at about 18 or 19 miles to any of the peaks, and keep in mind that is one direction. Most people, though, that are doing any of these peaks are going to take the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad, which drops you off here at Needleton and then leaves you with about a 6-mile hike up into the Chicago Basin. So the Chicago Basin is marked here on the map. It's this whole basin. The Twin Lakes Basin is up here, which is actually closer to the peaks, but you're not allowed to camp up there. The area where most people start camping starts at about 10-7, which is about 6 miles from the Needleton trailhead, and continues for 1.5 miles, almost 1.75 miles to 11.2 with a trail junction. Technically, you can camp a little bit higher than that, but we only saw one legal camping spot above there before you aren't allowed to camp any higher, so realistically, everyone is going to be camping below 11.2. Depending on where you camp in the Chicago Basin, you're looking at about a 6 to 8 mile hike to do Eolus and North Eolus. I guess you could do them in a day from either the Purgatory Trailhead or Needleton, but that would be a lot. You got to start by getting up to this trail junction, obviously banging a left. This is the only major one. To the right leads you up towards Columbine Pass. To the left leads you up towards the Twin Lakes Basin. Once you're up at the Twin Lakes Basin, you're within reasonable distance to all 414ers. When you get to the lakes, you're going to bang a left. Once you bang that left, you're going to work your way higher up into the basin. There's actually a trail all the way to 13.7 where the scrambling starts. Once you're up here, you're looking at, 100 feet of scrambling to get you to the ridgeline between Eolus and North Eolus. You can do the peaks from here in any order. We ended up doing North Eolus first, but I think it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. From the notch here, you're looking at about 1/10 of a mile and maybe a couple hundred feet of vert. It is certainly class 3. There is some exposure on both sides, but as far as class 3s go, I didn't think this one was super hard. To get over to Eolus, you got to start by doing the catwalk. This definitely has a reputation. I don't think it was overhyped. I think it's pretty accurately described. It is like class 2, maybe class 2 plus. It does get pretty skinny at one section in particular, but for most of it, it's reasonably wide. That being said, you definitely would not want to fall. Once you get over the catwalk, you're going to be following some cairns up through some ledge systems. There's certainly multiple ways to go here. This part reminded me a ton of Pyramid Peak, though certainly a little bit easier. But either way, you're going to follow these cairns for a little while, and they'll lead you all the way up to the summit of Eolus. All right, guys, we just made it up here to our camping spot. It was about 5.5 miles to get up here and 2,800 vert. Let me see. Unfortunately, you can maybe kind of make it out. Wyndham's back there. I think Eolus and North Eolus are hidden by this, and Sunlight is back there hidden by some other stuff. But anyway, yeah, made it up here. Okay, so here's a better shot. Wyndham is this one right here, and this is peak 18. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. But yeah, I don't know. We just ate dinner, and yeah, we're gonna pack up our stuff and go to bed pretty soon. All right, we're going to bed. See you guys in the morning.
7:59 a.m.
Morning, guys. It is super beautiful out here, but the temperature swing from yesterday was crazy. Like yesterday afternoon, we were sitting around in t-shirts, like super hot, thinking about sitting in the river. And this morning, like I have my thermal pants on, drinking coffee. Like it is very cold this morning. But yeah, we got some coffee on. Oatmeal's next, and yeah, we'll get moving before too long. All right, so we just made it up to Twin Lakes. Eolus and North Eolus are like up at that basin. Can't quite see it from here, but you can see Sunlight, which is this one. I could be wrong, but I think Wyndham is that one, but that might be a false. I don't know.
Feeling pretty good. It's awesome. I mean, look at this day. It's a bluebird day. Can't ask for anything better than that.
Dude, I'm stoked. It's a great day. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I'm excited about the goats.
I am excited.
Raise up the hands when he gets over here.
Woo, good job. Yes. Let's go. All right, guys, made it to the top of North Eolus. Feels super good to be up here. Give it like a 1 to 10 fear factor and then enjoyment.
Oh my gosh. There was a little fear down there, so probably 8 on the fear factor.
Fear factor.
And enjoyment, probably about the same because, I don't know, that was a little dicey, but
The adrenaline was
Type
rushing,
two,
dude.
Type 2 fun.
Yeah.
still, the heart's still going a little bit.
Yeah. Ask me when I get down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay? No.
All right,
Then we'll rate it.
we'll
That's
check
fair.
back in a little bit. All right, now we're heading over there. All right, guys, let's go. We just made it to the summit of Eolus. Obviously, North Eolus. Let me see in the camera. North Eolus is right there. That was pretty fun. The catwalk was dope. Scramble up here is really fun. If you're curious, I looked it up, and then actually, I later found out it's in the guidebook. It's pronounced Eolus, and it comes from the word Eolus, which was the Greek god of the winds. Over time, the word Eolus, the A got dropped, and now we call it Eolus. But the survey marker from 65, actually, you're not gonna be able to see it. I'll put a photo though. But the survey marker actually says Eolus. Yeah, it feels pretty good to be up here. North Eolus, super fun. Eolus, super fun. That was a super dope day. All right, on a scale from 1 to 10, or how about on a scale from 1 Michelin star, how do we feel about the ramen and potatoes?
Oh, the ramen. Well, I added the beef hearts to the potatoes, so now I have to think about that.
Oh my gosh.
Number 1 ingredient is beef. The number 2 ingredient is beef hearts. So,
But
yum.
the potatoes were
It
yummy.
was a gorgeous.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up while we're sitting here by the creek. That was North Eolus and Eolus. I think we had a super good time today. Depending on where you camp, doing both peaks could be anywhere from like 6 to 8 miles. As far as my camping recommendation goes, if you decide to backpack here, you'll start seeing tents around like 10-7. I would recommend keep going for a while. 11-2, which is kind of where most of the good camping ends, or all of the good camping ends, you have like 1.5 to 1.75 miles, and people really get clustered at the beginning because they start seeing tents like, oh my god, let's just take the next spot we see. Keep going for a while. Towards the end of the basin, there's some really dope spots along the river, and you might see a few less people. But anyway, the hike today was super fun. Depending on where you camp, it's like 3 to 3,500 vert. And yeah, like I said, anywhere between like 6 to 8 miles. I think I recorded like 7.5, but I did like some farting around and stuff. North Eolus was super fun. Obviously the easier of the two. The catwalk, I don't think it's overhyped. There's definitely some exposure, but like it's certainly like class 2 plus, but like with some exposure. Then once you're on the face, super fun class 3. It reminded me a lot of Pyramid, but anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Tomorrow's episode will be Sunlight and Windham, and these will be my finishers for the legal 57. So hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow.